What's up YouTube, it's me Sony Beatz, and today I'm going to be breaking down my first attempt at a drill beat. So a couple weeks ago I had a conversation with a producer and manager, and he was telling me that he liked my music, but he thought that I should try to do stuff outside of lo-fi and boom bap, just because all I have to do is change the drums, the sound is pretty much there. He was basically saying you can make chill type drill or trap, and people could possibly rap on it later on, and it's good to get your name out there just doing other genres. In the future I think I'm going to release more trap and drill beats, and just to get more exposure and just to try new things, because it is fun to make other genres every once in a while. So I've never made drill before. I just went on YouTube, looked up drill tutorials, watched like 5 of them, and then just gave it a shot. The first thing I started with was the hi-hat pattern, because drill has a unique hi-hat pattern. It's kind of like sparse, but not really too sparse. It's sparse compared to trap. So this is a hi-hat pattern I came up with. Alright, so for these hi-hats, if you're wearing headphones, you can hear it's being panned from left to right. Most of the producers I saw that made trap and drill were using either Logic or FL Studio, and I can kind of see why, because it seems like it's easier to pan in those programs. Like FL Studio just has a little thing where you can drag the note from left to right. In Ableton you gotta draw everything out, so it's kind of time consuming. And I only did the panning for this one. I got tired of drawing it, so for this one it's just straight. But I think I just need to find an easier way to pan, because I don't want to have to do this every time. It's kind of annoying. So if you work in Ableton to make trap or drill, let me know if you know any simpler way to pan it. Alright, so after that I added a snare, and you know in drill their snare pattern is also pretty different. So in drill they usually have a snare that hits on the normal spot and then the next one's delayed, and here I doubled it up at the end. Underneath that I also added a rim shot. I just kind of put those where I wanted to. I know sometimes they have claps instead of rim shots. I just like the way it sounded, so I added that. Next I added a kick. So I know in drill the kicks hit really hard, so I added the drum bus to it. Before that, this is what the kick sounded like. And then I added this, brought up the transient, compressed it, turned the drive to 7. It's usually in Ableton defaults 20, so I turned it down a little bit. And I could have added boom if I wanted to, but I just had an 808 myself. This is what it would sound like with the boom on. Kind of turns the kick into a kick and an 808. Also, I'll show y'all a trick you can do if you have Ableton and you want to make an 808 from your kicks. Alright, so under modulators, there's the envelope follower. And so when it hears the kick, it reacts to it, the envelope. So you can map this to the boom. So every time a kick hits, it'll turn up to 100. So you can control the fall to make it hold longer. And you can have it delay a little bit so the kick hits and then you hear the 808 sound afterwards. So that's a tip if you want to use this for 808s, but I didn't do that. The main reason I didn't do that is because I wanted to make glides. So this is what it sounds like with 808s added. And as you can see, I added the glides here, like where there's already a note, you can see the glides are added on top. And in Ableton, to make it glide, all you have to do is go to controls and then change this to glide, and then you can mess with the timing and all that. Pretty simple, quick and easy. So I'll play all this together to show you what it all sounds like. So I think I only came up with 2 different bass patterns. Let me know what you think about this drum pattern below. If it's accurate for drill, if there's any critiques that can make it sound more drill, if it doesn't sound like drill to you, just let me know in the comments down below. Also, I'm missing the file now because I deleted it, but I kind of built this around a drill track the producer I talked about at the beginning of the video showed me, Hoes vs. Girls, and I tried to remove the vocals, I have it over top, but the website I went to kind of sucked at removing everything out of the vocals, and I used to use Splitter that I had in Ableton, but it won't work anymore since I upgraded my computer, and Docker went through some upgrades that kind of messed everything up, so that's why there's no vocal over top anymore. So next I came up with these chords, and I use this preset, the hymn organ in OBXA 5. Alright, on top of that, I added another preset from the OBXA called Around Midnight. And then this is the first melody I came up with on the Mellotron using the Strawberry Flutes classic. Alright, and then I use another Mellotron, had to play the same melody, pitch higher. It's missing some notes because Mellotron doesn't go all the way up to that octave for that note. Next, play this melody from the clavinet. The last melody I played was from the DX75. And then I had it come back in here again. And that was it for all the melodies. When I was making this, I had the vocals in the background, and that's why, if you know me, I usually have a lot more melodies in my music, but it's because I'm not making that music for anybody to rap over. Since there are lyrics behind this, I kind of stopped adding stuff because I kept adding, and then it was getting kind of cluttered. So I took a few things away and just deleted them out. Alright, so that's it for the beat breakdown. I think it turned out pretty good for it being my first time making a drill beat. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my music on Spotify, and thanks for watching.